Welcome back to another episode of the Fall Ball Fellas. We got a lot to talk about today. We got Hunter and Bernsey back again with us for another episode. Hunter isn't feeling too hot today, so he's just going to talk intermittently throughout. So it may just be a me and Bernsey type of podcast. Hunter, you still going to talk at least today?
I'm sick as a dog, but when my opinion's warranted, you'll hear it.
Okay.
Michael Jordan flu game incoming.
Hunter, just today, if you say one thing, just say something outrageous and clickbaity so I can post it, all right?
All right.
I just need like a Lamar is bottom 3 quarterback in the NFL type of stuff out of you today. But
It's been playing like it.
we'll do that in the next episode. This is
Are you talking
college.
about the regular season merchant?
Yeah, honestly, doesn't show up in the playoffs. But this is the college football episode. So let's get into some big games from this past weekend. Oregon got their biggest win of the season over the University of Southern California, pretty much knocking them out of the playoffs. I don't think they have a chance. Oklahoma won one of the ugliest games I think I've ever watched in my life, 17-6 over Missouri. Just disgusting game to watch. What's funny about that one is I tweeted about how bad Oklahoma's offense was, and then less than 10 seconds later, Mateer threw a 10-yard slant that the wide receiver took 85 yards to the house. So literally instant karma as soon as I sent that. BYU beat Cincinnati, keep their playoff hopes alive. Cincinnati's done. Would we consider the Pitt win, even though they were 2.5-point underdogs, an upset or not too crazy?
Can I keep it real with you?
Yeah.
Who did they play?
Georgia Tech.
Oh, that's right.
I would say it's an upset.
Yeah, I'd say it's an upset. I mean, the ACC is just so bad. I don't know how to judge them.
We'll talk a little bit more about what that scenario is shaping up to be. They're definitely a one-bid league. I think Miami still should be in the playoff, but we'll get into that later. And then just in terms of the top 25, both Houston and Illinois fell out. Neither were going to be playoff teams, but TCU and a resurgent Wisconsin team both got wins. So SEC really didn't have any big games. Texas played Arkansas. I'm pretty sure that's the only FBS team that an SEC school played. Or Kentucky lost to Vanderbilt by like 40. That happened as well. But did you guys get eyes on any of the games this weekend or just kind of scoreboard watch?
I watched my boys and Terry Smith go to battle. That was pretty much it, honestly. I was actually up at Penn State tailgating for the last Saturday at Happy Valley this year. So I didn't get to do a lot of watching the games. As you know, there's zero service up there. So I didn't get to pay attention to a lot of the games this weekend.
You think Terry Smith should be the guy? A lot of players want it.
Hey, we'll get into that later. We can have some discourse on that conversation, but I do want to save that for a little bit later. I do like Penn State is going to be a topic as well. Did you guys see any of the I'll just say the scoreboard for the Notre Dame Syracuse game, or hear about it at least?
Oh yeah, I did see the final of that game. Yes.
So Hunter, just to catch you up, so we'll say the final score first. Notre Dame beat Syracuse 70-7. The only points that Syracuse scored were in the last 10 seconds of the game. So this probably should have ended 70-0.
Against what, their fourth strings? Against
probably. I mean, they're their second string QB, and I think their fourth string running back in at that point. So I'm just going to say it out loud. Before Notre Dame's offense touched the football.
Oh, I did see this. I do know this. Yeah,
21-0 before their offense touched the football field. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that in my life.
Was it 2 special teams?
One punt block touchdown, 2 pick sixes.
No. Yeah, that's horrible.
So Syracuse was also starting, I think he was like their 4th string to begin the year. He's a walk-on lacrosse player.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
2 comparable sports.
Yeah. The Syracuse's quarterback that they were really happy coming into the year was the guy that came in against Penn State on that drive before halftime in the what did we lose in the Sugar Bowl? Peach Bowl? The Notre Dame game. What was that? Peach Bowl?
I forget.
Okay. Well,
they're all different every year now.
Syracuse starting quarterback coming into the year was Steve Angeli, who was Notre Dame's backup.
That's right.
Yeah, and he broke his leg, I think, in the first week of the season. So
Yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot going on this past weekend that really was warranting anything. Now, this weekend is rivalry week, so we're going to see a whole lot of big time matchups, specifically in the SEC. And then obviously a lot of teams that just downright hate each other are going to be playing as well. So I want to start my segment right now. I had to clarify, maybe I'll throw in the soundbite at some point, but the 98 yards with the boys drive of the week is going to be the Utah Utes. Now, a game in which they let the Kansas State running back run for that school history, I believe it was 293 rushing yards. He had 240 some at halftime. Utah is down 47-44 with about 2 minutes left in the game. Absolute heater of a game. No defense was played whatsoever. Devin Dampier gets a 59-yard scamper, 7-play, 70-yard drive, and Utah scores to avoid the upset at home, keep their playoff hopes slightly alive. Not quite sure how Kansas State was able to manufacture 47 points against this defense, but shout out to Dampier and the Utes for staying tough. Now, we can get into a couple things. Number one, we didn't mention it last week. Everyone knows it by now. James Franklin to Virginia Tech. This is going to start our Penn State conversation. How do we feel about the Virginia Tech move? Was this smart for them?
Smart for Virginia Tech?
Yeah.
Absolutely. James Franklin's going to do exactly what he did to Penn State, bring a team that's nothing to something. He's the guy that can do that. He's just not the guy that can bring you from something to something great.
That was the most plain way to put that, but I liked it.
Yeah, and playing in the Virginia Tech's in the ACC, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, playing in that conference and the amount of transfers they're going to, or just recruits that they're going to pick up that were previously going to Penn State and now coming with him to Virginia Tech, I think they're instantly a contender in the ACC. I mean, yeah, I think it's a great move for them.
Yeah, I mean, they're instantly going to compete. I heard some of the donors are going to be throwing mad amounts of money at him off the bat, and he also is going to take a lot of our recruiting from that Northern Virginia area, which is going to be an unfortunate hit for us, but that's why we need to land this head coaching hire. So I did want to also say, everyone that was complaining when Penn State made the move of a $50 million buyout, unfortunately, it's only $9 million for the settlement. So Penn State did kind of luck out. They got out of, I think he had, 7 years left in his contract?
Yeah, it was a lot.
He had like 6 or 7 years left in his contract.
It was like a 10-year extension.
Yeah,
it was the saddest day of my life.
I forgot when he signed it, but
when I saw that,
yeah,
it was a really sad day.
Yeah, Hunter and I had to have a long, deep conversation about where life was heading after that. So it was not a good day for anyone. But alas, he is gone, and that starts the conversation. Yes, the guys are rallying around Terry Smith. Is he going to keep these recruits that we've been losing? Is he going to be able to recruit well? And also, is this just an extension of the Franklin system that we already had? Like, is this just playing with the same coordinators, playing with the same staff? Why get rid of the big guy if we're going to keep all the people that he hired underneath him to then remain and coach?
I think the players are just rallying behind him because, a lot of players weren't happy about the Franklin move because he was the one that recruited them. James Franklin was great at creating relationships with his players. And so I think they're just rallying behind Terry Smith because he was already there. And yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think they're just following the same scheme. The OC and DC coach just running with what they were doing already. I mean, we won the game, but we would have won the game with Franklin there either way. I mean, we weren't playing that great of a team.
Backup quarterback from Nebraska.
Yeah.
Hey, we have a backup quarterback too.
I haven't seen anything change. To your point, I don't think Terry Smith has any accolades or experience to hold recruits or bring in strong recruits, so I think that would be a huge loss for us. If we want to build him up and build his reputation, then sure, bring in another head coach and keep Terry Smith on the squad for 5-10 more years and let him build up some reputation. But I personally have never heard of the man until he became our interim head coach.
Yeah, it was DB coach. He was a wide receiver under Paterno for his college career specifically. Now, I do want to say, Penn State's offense, you could tell, did change in this game.
Oh,
th-
about time.
they simplified the offense. They ran the ball hard right down Nebraska's throat, which, to be honest, Nebraska's rush defense is kind of mid to buns anyways. And then it opened up the play action. I believe Grunk was like 11 for 12 for 180 yards and a touchdown. So he just picked him apart off play action on early downs. And I did see a headline that Terry basically told Kodal Nicky to cut the cute crap and just play like Penn State knows how to play.
Yeah.
So I don't hate Knowles' defensive scheme. I know it's kind of struggled a little bit this year, but also we lost our starting linebacker and we had zero depth behind him. So that definitely had a role to play. I like your point though.
Yeah.
Do we agree? Do we agree that this has to be as everyone calls it, a home run hire for Penn State?
Yes.
And the fans to actually be like happy moving forward with this decision.
Yeah.
I don't even think it.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I don't even think it's the fans that we need to keep happy. I think it's the donors and recruits that we need to really make a splash with this hire.
Yeah. I mean, Terry Smith, the first 3-4 games they were brutal. Granted, our schedule was really tough, but
percent under Terry.
Yeah, under Terry.
Oh, I mean, outside of the Ohio State game, like for a team that lost its head coach, they played pretty.
They've been
darn
competitive.
Good. Yeah, I mean, like outside, like Iowa game, they needed one stop to win that game.
Yeah.
Then they lost to Ohio State, and then Indiana, they needed one stop to beat the number 2 team in the country. And then yes, we boat raced the 2 inferior opponents we faced. But like Penn State outside of Ohio State, if the ball bounces the right way a couple of times or they make one open field tackle, this is very, like, even with Allard getting hurt, this is a 9-1 to 10-1 football team. They are a couple of bad bounces away from nearly being undefeated right now.
Yeah, I in the moment watching the game on Saturday, I loved it. I enjoyed. I mean, Terry deserved it. Those kids deserve it. I mean, but I don't think you can bring Terry Smith in as the permanent head coach. I mean, the players love him. He's a player's coach, but in this day and age of college football, you need a young offensive mind that's going to be a go-getter, go get all these recruits. And he's too old school in a new school era of college football for me to feel like we could be competitive with him.
What if he stayed on? This is the one thing that I've been seeing, because college, as it enters the more pro territory of, I mean, it's paying players and figuring out contracts and stuff like that with NIL deals. There's been a lot of universities that have started to adopt a general manager in their athletic departments to handle the financial aspects of it. So how would we feel about hiring a head coach with more of that financial end background and letting Terry be the day-to-day guy with the players? Do we like that kind of thing?
I'd like that. I think the old school aspect he brings is good. I feel like if you keep him, you bring in a new coach with, the new offensive mind type stuff, you can kind of keep both sides happy, where you can get recruits in, but also keep the alumni happy and keep the support of the donors. But I don't know. This has to be this hire by Pat Kraft. It has to be a home run. Because right now, as it is right now, it looks like a massive mistake.
I will say
the amount of recruits we've lost, it looks bad now.
Yeah.
They could change fast, but
I will say with big head coaching firings like this, you're going to see I'll say an outpouring of recruits regardless, no matter who the head coach is. He'll probably swing a lot of them in Virginia Tech's favors just because he probably promised them playing time and stuff like that. But I will say, with college now, you can reload entirely. Like if the boosters decide to hire someone right now, the 2 big names I've heard are Chesney from James Madison and Eli Drinkwitz was a name that was floating around there for a little bit. I've also seen Brent Key out of Georgia Tech. The big one that everyone is hoping on, and I kid you not, this might very well happen. I believe it. We maybe should be rooting for Auburn this weekend because Auburn beats Alabama, and Alabama does not make the playoffs for a second straight year in the 12-team field. DeBoer will be getting fired, and he will be the hottest name And quite frankly, I don't think he's going to go to a place in the SEC where it's going to be that grueling day in and day out. I think he would shift to a Big Ten type school. So
Yeah.
I think that would be the biggest hitting home run hire of all time, is if DeBoer ends up getting canned and we can pick him up. But college is just so different nowadays. We talk about losing recruits like it's a bad thing, and obviously it's not a net positive. But when you bring in a new head coach, you're going to get all the guys that he was recruiting.
Oh, yeah.
Especially
so
if
many
that
transfer
guy,
portal guys.
Yeah. And then if you get the budget to buy guys, you can literally reload and have a very, very good football team within 2 months. Like you don't need 5-year rebuilds in college anymore. It's just different. Now, I do want to chat. I know we were all kind of on the same page that Ohio State had really set itself apart from the rest of the field. Now, I'm going to make a statement, and I want you guys to say if this is like an overreaction or underreaction. And my statement is going to be, there are 4 teams that can win the national championship this season.
What are the
Name
4
them.
teams?
Well, no, I'm just saying there are 4 teams that can win the national championship this season. I want you guys to say if there's more or less, or if that's like a good statement.
I'd probably
yeah.
say like 2.
Okay, so
But I think
you
4
think
is
that's
okay number.
I think 4 is a possibility.
Okay.
Yeah, I think realistically
I know
2.
we're
but
all
I
in
think,
Ohio State.
I mean, Ohio State's just going to be it's
I
going
want
to
to
be
hear
so hard
your
to beat them.
4 because I think I'll have a more of an over
Who-
to under reaction to your 4 than you saying
Okay.
4.
My
Yeah.
2 specific favorites right now are going to be Ohio State and Georgia. I think those are the 2 teams that are playing the best in all of college football right now. I still have my doubts about Indiana. They've been struggling with some injuries, as I know Ohio State is. Both their top 2 wide receivers were out this past week. And then this is going, you guys are going to like look at me and I think A&M or Illinois is my 3rd team. And as much as I hate
Illinois?
or not, Indiana or Texas A&M, my bad.
Okay.
I was going to say Illinois is a crazy statement.
I truly think after watching them this season, and they had a really slow start, the slowest start out of any team in here, I genuinely think Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame could win a national championship. Their defensive coordinator was brand new. Al Golden had to get those guys under wraps. They have the best 2 running backs in all of college football. Their O-line's playing well. And CJ Carr was just a true freshman, starting 2 straight games against top 10 teams to begin the year. I don't necessarily think they're out of the picture when it comes to contenders.
If their backs can stay healthy, I mean, it's hard because their schedule benefits them so much.
I think it's an absolute stretch.
Those running backs are legit though.
Okay, well, if we want to look at something right now, they beat Arkansas. I know Arkansas literally is winless, but like they destroyed an SEC team by 40 plus points. And this is after like really early in the season. They've been absolutely boat racing everyone. No, their best win as of right now this year is going to be USC. They just spanked a Pitt team that beat a 1-loss Georgia Tech team. I'm not saying Georgia Tech's great. The ACC is kind of a mess right now. Their only losses are 3 points away in CJ Carr's first start to Miami, and then a 1-point loss in which their kicker missed an extra point against the number 3 team in all of the country right now. Like, they've lost by a combined 4 points, and I think their differential right now is like 150, like plus 150.
I think that's why I think they're a long stretch, because 2 teams that they've played that are competitive, they've lost to. And then they've steamrolled every crap team that they've played, which they should. Now, actually steamrolling them is a good sign, and that's why I agree with your stretch. And they didn't get absolutely dominated, but when your 2 losses are to the 2 competitive teams that you play, and then all your wins are against crap teams, that worries me a little bit.
Can teams improve throughout a year?
100%.
It's been 10 games.
Yeah.
But when's the last time they played a competitive team?
They beat USC by 10 like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I just don't know who I don't know who USC is. I can't. I watch them and I can't tell. Are they really a good football team?
USC is a top 20 football team this year. That's all I can say about that. They're not elite, but they're pretty good.
Yeah,
I mean, USC would win the ACC. I know that's not saying a whole lot, but
Penn State as is would win the ACC.
I genuinely think Penn State could beat a few of the playoff teams this year. Like, people will call me crazy. They are still a top. I think they're like 15 to 18 in power rankings with who they have on their roster. Like, they're still a good team.
They've lost to a lot of good teams by one play.
All right. Let's stop talking about some hypotheticals and let's go into this weekend that's coming up. I do want to chat about a couple of games and just get a little feel from you guys about them in general before we go into our Fall Ball 5. There are a few I could not put on because we have to only pick 5 games. You guys know the Egg Bowl, right?
No.
Ole Miss, Mississippi State.
It's called the Egg Bowl, Hunter. You're getting edumacated today. So, yeah, Ole Miss plays Mississippi State this weekend. It's usually a pretty raucous game. It's crazy. I remember a few years ago, Elijah Moore caught a what seemed to be the game-winning touchdown pass, and then he did the dog peeing celebration, got a 15-yard penalty, and they missed the extra point to win the game. So that happened. But there's also a lot of speculation with Lane Kiffin and where he's going, and there's been like off and on ultimatums on, hey, you need to make a decision before this game. Now it sounds like he has to make a decision after this before the playoffs. But do we think that Ole Miss has any problems with Mississippi State this weekend?
Mississippi State's been a scrappy team all year. I think they only have 3 or 4 wins.
They're 5-6 right now.
Oh, okay, 5-6.
Yep.
They've been a scrappy team and have played teams close. I think Ole Miss still wins, but I think it's a better game than people think. I think it'll be a close game at halftime, at least.
There you go. Hunter, any thoughts?
No clue.
Okay. All right. There's a lot of in-state rivalries and stuff I don't really want to get into, but we also, one of the biggest ones, Oregon has had its problems with Washington in the past, and they are going to be in Husky Stadium this weekend. They are 6.5-point favorites. I just like Oregon in this game. They're just the better team. And I think this is they're not going to make the Big Ten championship game, so they can literally put everything out on the line in this matchup. So I would honestly hammer 6.5 because I don't think Washington's a stellar team. They're good, but they're not stellar.
Yeah. Oregon's banged up though. So
yeah, they're nearly all their wide receivers are hurt right now. So
yeah.
But you get basically a month to heal up before the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll be good for before the playoffs. I think it's similar with Ohio State. I think those wide receivers could play.
Yeah.
But they're kind of just being careful now because just loading up for playoffs.
We also have Miami traveling to Pitt. This is Miami can keep Pitt out of the ACC championship game, which they would have needed a little bit of help anyways. But Miami really is just playing for pride and style points at this stage, because if Virginia and who's the other team I'm thinking of? Virginia and SMU control their destiny. If they both win this weekend, which they both should, they're facing off in the ACC championship game. So SMU could be back in the playoff this season after not really being
crazy,
not being high up in the conference until right now. But I foresee Miami beating Pitt this weekend.
Yeah. It'll be raucous there. There will be 150 fans. So
yeah,
that's
sad. I don't even want to talk about it. It's terrible. All right, now we can get nice and fresh into the Fall Ball 5. We're gonna announce the records right now, and we can talk about this a little bit more as we go. I am 43-27, one game ahead of Hunter, who is 42-28. Phil had a pretty poor weekend. You went 1-4, and then Bernsey, not a hot start to your tenure here. Not like you're really competing for anything right now, but 2-3. It's not gonna get the fans excited to have you back on next week. So
no, not good. Not good.
Horrendous predictions, my friend. I'm just kidding, but I'm thinking this week we stick with the 5, but how do you guys feel about doing every single conference championship game for our finale? There's like
Oh, yeah.
there's like 8 of them.
That works.
I like that.
Okay. And we can pick those. So as always, dropping Phil's picks as we go through these. We're going to start hot and heavy with the largest spread of the week. I felt like I had to include it, even though I really don't think it's going to be that competitive. Georgia, 13.5-point favorites. I believe they play this game at Mercedes-Benz Stadium against Georgia Tech, the in-state rivals. Who we got, boys?
Give me Georgia. No words
Give
needed.
me Georgia. I'd take alt line 20.5.
Yeah, Georgia Tech doesn't have a defense, and Georgia's hitting all the right strides right now. My only worry with Georgia is, do they call off the dogs? Like, in terms of a cover.
Literally.
Yeah, do they call off the dogs? But, I mean, they're playing for a berth in the SEC championship game, so I could see them easily taking care of this within the first quarter.
That's hard. I love Haynes King.
Yeah.
Give me Georgia.
King's real fun to watch. But all right, our second matchup, we have a 10-point spread as Ohio State, in the weirdest game the last few years, travels to the Big House to take on the Michigan Wolverines. Is Michigan going to win for the 5th straight season?
Do it, Hunter.
I want to so bad. I think you're just absolutely insane if you think to yourself that Michigan has a chance of beating Ohio State, but they somehow do it every year. Mm-hmm. I have to pick Ohio State because the common sense in me is saying Ohio State's the best team in the league. How are you going to pick them to lose to Michigan, who's just not good? But yeah, I gotta go Ohio State. I can't do Michigan.
Are Carnell and Jeremiah playing?
I don't think they're going to sit out this game.
Yeah, I think this is kind of they need this game for their
pride.
mental.
This is a pride game right now.
Yes.
Although if they lose, maybe
I'll
they'll go on
State.
Even if they lose, they'll probably go on a tear and get really angry like last year. But
I just have a feeling that Phil might pick Michigan.
No, Phil picked Ohio State, and I'm not like 5 straight seasons is a little bit hard to ask. I think Ohio State just plays its game. It's tried to play Michigan's game the last few years, and I know one thing about Michigan right now. Yes, they have a good running game. They are on their 4th string running back, I believe. They lost Justice Haynes for the season. They lost their second. Yeah, he was out like 4 weeks ago. But yeah, they're on their 3rd string, and Bryce Young can't throw a football. So, but then again, Davis Warren was the starting quarterback for Michigan.
Bring it back now.
Bryce Underwood.
Bryce Underwood. Not Bryce Young. Sorry, I have to get Bryce Young out of my head. I watched him throw away my +7.5 last night on 4 separate occasions. So
he was brutal.
Okay.
So we're all in Ohio State. They have to win this. And honestly, I might just hit them. I might just.
It's all Ryan Day. It's all Ryan Day. They just get in his head.
He's got to trust his coordinators.
It feels like a trap, but how do they not cover that?
Yeah. I don't know. This is like.
Is it in the Big House?
Yeah.
No,
it's in the Big House.
It's in it. Oh, I thought it was in Michigan last year.
No, you have to, like, these games are in bubbles, in my opinion. Like, you literally have to wipe clean everything that happened during the course of the year. This game is like standalone in and of itself when it comes to these rivalries. So that's why you have to expect the unexpected like in these games. So, let's expect the expected and root for an Ohio State victory. I despise them a little bit less than Michigan, so let's go Ohio State.
Ooh.
Now, next game, and this is the one that DeBoer is probably playing for his job. Alabama, 6-point favorites traveling to, I believe it. What's Auburn's? I don't know. Jordan Hare, I believe. Jordan Hare Stadium.
No, the quarterback.
No, their stadium. I said traveling to Jordan Hare.
I thought you were talking about their quarterback.
No, their quarterback now is Deuce Knight.
The freshman, he looked so good last week.
They played in FCS school.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, Alabama 6-point favorites.
This is another trap game.
Oh, it's fishy.
I'll never forget the returned field goal. It's one of my favorite videos to watch.
It's good.
Chris Davis down the sideline.
Oh my God! Auburn's
Davis is going to score. Auburn's going to win the football game.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Give me Bama.
I want to hear you. I want to hear your pick first now.
I don't like. I want to will DeBoer to Penn State so badly. Here's the thing. Auburn's defense is good enough, and Alabama's offense struggles at times, and this is going to be crazy. Give me Auburn. Give me the Tigers.
Oh.
Give me the Tigers, baby.
The environment's going to be crazy. Auburn is another team like Michigan State that has played so many teams close this year.
Huh? Michigan State?
Mississippi State, sorry.
Oh, Mississippi State. Got you.
Give me the Auburn Tigers.
Oh my gosh, Hunter, you're on your own with the 6-point favorite.
That's
what
crazy.
Did Phil pick?
Hey, give me DeBoer. We're all on Auburn. We're all on Auburn. Give me DeBoer, baby.
Phil took Auburn too.
Phil took Auburn. All right. Now we have the Tennessee Volunteers facing off against the Vanderbilt Commodores. This game is at Neyland Stadium. I forget what time it is. I don't think it's a night game though. Tennessee, like I said, 3-point favorite. What are we thinking here? We all know who Phil picked already. So what do you guys got?
Yeah, this must have been hard for Phil because he's a Tennessee guy, but he loves Vandy. It's been his underdog team.
It's not hard for him. He's never going to pick against Tennessee.
Sorry, Phil.
Yeah, true.
Sorry, Trey. Give me Vandy.
I like Tennessee. No explanation.
This is one that hurts because Tennessee has not beaten a team with a winning record in the Power 4 yet this season.
And their defense sucks.
Their defense is bad. Vanderbilt just blew out Kentucky as well. Not that that's anything special. Gosh, Tennessee looked good too. If there's something I'm taking in this game, it's the over. If we're just chatting about it, but I picked against Tennessee 4 different times this season. I'm gonna pick them for once this year. Okay, so I got to roll with the Volunteers.
I'm riding solo again, baby.
Hunter, you're alone there. And our last game, this one is a 2.5-point spread. We have the Texas A&M Aggies traveling to where this is Austin, right? University of Texas.
Yeah.
In Austin. Okay. Who we got? Phil is on the Aggie. Phil is on the Aggies.
So I got an Aunt Aggie, and she lets me use her beach house every summer. So in support and love out to Aunt Aggie, give me Texas A&M.
What?
Shout out Aunt Aggie.
Yeah.
Aggie, what a name.
That's crazy. No, I need to hear you pick first again.
Okay. I'm all for rivalry bubble weekends. And I'm going to take the Texas Longhorns. Arch Manning's been playing a lot better. Here's the thing with A&M. I watched what Marcel Reed can do against competent defenses 2 weeks ago. They were lucky. They had to crawl back from 27 points down. Marcel Reed is due for games like this every once in a while. And if Texas can and they have a better defense than South Carolina. So if they can somewhat run a comparison defensive style and get him rattled, I don't think they can outscore Texas 27-0 in one half or 28-0 in one half. So give me the Longhorns. I hate picking it. I don't want them even sniffing the college football playoffs. I hope they stay out with 3 losses. So give me the Longhorns.
Can't wait till I go 5-0 this week.
I was leaning Texas, and Noah talked me into it even more. I'm going Texas.
This is a big weekend for either me to distance myself a little bit more from you, Hunter, or for you to maybe take a little bit of a lead. But it's going to come down to our conference championship week next week. All right?
Yeah, so that'll be fun.
It's going to be a big one. Now, boys, good stuff during this episode. I do want to pitch, moving forward, we will be going live on YouTube for these episodes, guys. And then it will just drop on YouTube after we're done. But tune in. We typically will record Tuesday nights. So if you're free around like 7, 8 p.m., watch us. You can interact with us live, drop comments. We can answer those. As well as that, look out for our social media content. Drop some stuff on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Last week, got a little bit of some fire on those videos, some comments, some love from you guys. Keep up the good work. Subscribe to us, comment, like I said. Just everything that I usually say on a weekly basis. Thank you guys for tuning in. Boys, what do we got to end today?
Takes
I
away
did have
Ramsey.
one thing. I did have one thing.
'Kay.
While we were recording there, Messiah Mickens did commit to Virginia Tech. So James Franklin gets another guy that was committed to Penn State, so that hurts. But let's hit it out of the park, Pat Kraft, please. We need it.
So yeah,
All
don't
right,
put
y'all.
Terry in Rivers.
Thanks, y'all. Love y'all. See you at the NFL episode.
Peace.